Now let's speak about readiness for the AI age and the impact of consolidation. So, Ray, data is in the heart of AI, but I wonder how much attention is being paid to data readiness, you think?
Well, we're starting to do that finally. We've always known that data was important, but as we mentioned, you can find lots of different applications. It could be 45 from strategic HR systems or 10 from payroll to performance that have been implemented. And the problem is, how do we bring these systems together as we move to AI and agents? Because what we're doing in every organization is we're bringing the data into one place, we're abstracting the business processes so we can automate them, and then we're serving up user experiences. These often happen in your core systems like payroll and performance. And of course, your core ability to look at your core HR data and your resources and your scheduling. And wait, suddenly it becomes really crazy. And that's why we actually have to think about how to get that data readiness in place. And granularity becomes very important. Data might be operating at different levels. And so you need to make sure that you adjust for granularity as well as for the data sets.
And another thing I see more and more organizations pursuing is AI business value. So not just the features or not just the promise, but like make it to work and produce outcomes. What do you believe is the impact of a fragmented system and data landscape to go and like get all this business value from AI?
So when we think about across the business processes from hire to retire, the ability to get agents to do something is going to only improve based on the data that they have and the contextual data they have. What business process were they in? What time? What relationship? How was this connected? That's important for agents. Let's remember what we're doing in this level of AI. Classical AI was 2 plus 2 equals 4. It was deterministic. We knew what was going to happen. Generative AI was 2 plus 2 might equal 4. 98% of the time. And that's a little bit scary when you're doing math, but it allows you to actually imagine and create and actually create or generate. That's why it's called generative AI. Um, but where we are as when we enter the world of agentic AIs, we're taking that data. So it's 2 plus 2 equals 4. Now, what do you want to do with it? And that's why it's so important where these processes depend on this data and they span across the entire business processes that you have to be able to make that work. And it's basically going to be harder over time if you can't reduce the cost of that data integration and you can't have the same types of data sets in one place. So use a lot of work to harmonize the data, but once you have that, you can build the agent workflows that are important. And so having your data in one place makes it so much easier, or knowing where your data is going to be at least in several places helps. But having your data in 45 and 145 places makes it almost impossible to do agentic AI.
So summarizing all this great advice, what type of data strategies should organizations be deploying tomorrow?
John, you're right. I mean, this comes down to data strategy. You can't do AI without good data strategy. And so, one, try to reduce the number of data sources you have, especially for your core systems. The second piece, you have to make sure that you can continuously trust the data, update the data, and reduce the half life that data has. And then, of course, the important piece is sometimes we have to manipulate the data. We transform it, and we actually have to add or append the data. And so, having a good master data management strategy helps because it allows us to take data from different systems and be able to use it for not only read, but also write, which means that you can actually then take advantage of the power of AI when agents make those decisions.
This is fantastic advice, Ray. Thank you so much.